Tuesday night podcast, the Beat Radio Bali. All right, good evening, everybody. We're going live. We're on the Beat Radio Bali. This is our Trance Mondays show that we do every Monday, obviously. Tonight, we've got our special guest back in again, Rbn, Rbn,
Yay.
Bali's very own hottest trance DJ. Is that right?
For sure, man. For sure.
I think it's pretty true. Trance Monday is all about trance music, where we talk about trance. Robin's brought in a few of his tracks that we're going to talk about.
Yes.
Some remixes, apparently. But first, how's the PPKM, the lockdown, treating you?
Man, honestly, I don't feel too bad. Like, I took this as a kind of a, I mean, with Bali, for 1.5 years, not really facing any serious, lockdown issues. This was like, all right, it had to come at some point, and I think it's, I don't want to talk about politics or something. But for me personally, it was just time to say, all right, I'm going to lock myself more in a room and, get more into
your own lockdown
engineerings when it comes to music. So, like, I started to work on some of the lost YouTube projects that I had and a little bit on producing music. So, that's
so you got down to
thing.
work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Waking
I
up
guess
before 12, that's also a good thing at some point. When you have all the long nights, all the long opera nights, it's it's hard to wake up that early.
It's a pretty hard lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
just
but
different, So
do you think there's a certain point you just can't do that anymore or something at some point? Like you see some of these older DJs around, like Hernan Cattaneo that was just on the radio. He had his radio show on just before we came on.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
People like that, and Nick Warren and all this. It makes you wonder how they continue doing it day in, day out.
Yeah, like I think it's it's definitely not an easy thing, because you always want to give. Like I always want to give 110% when I'm on stage, like whatever it is, because. Yeah, whatever I play, you are the person that is in the spotlight in that moment, and whoever comes, you want to give them a great first show.
Right.
You only have one first impression. So, and even though the people come back, and they're just standing around and they vibe to the music, but like when you extract like that you're having fun, it's always
it gives them something to
and it's just like it's just
and it's
how I am, it's
and
just,
it's the main thing.
It's not that I make it or something.
Is that the main thing you enjoy about it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's just the energy, the nervous feeling every time you go on stage. Like every time it's like, ooh,
what's going to happen now?
Yeah, like you're not really sure. It's like, is that gonna hit? Is that gonna hit? Especially when people are like a little bit more crowded on the dance floor. So it's not like a crowd magnet yet. Like when a club is full, it's easier to get the people because they're already dancing. Like they have their own thing.
Is there a threat of maybe your first song's kind of totally wrong? And,
of course,
and
it
everyone
could
runs
happen,
off the dance floor.
Of course, it could happen.
Has that happened?
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, it does happen sometimes, but that's the moment when you shift and you realize, oh, I need to change it. All right, and then you're switching it off immediately. Wow. So you just leave it in for a minute. Sometimes when you think like, oh, this is gonna hit 100% right now. This is gonna work so well, and then you hit it and it's like, well,
everyone's looking at their watch.
Yeah, and you're like, okay.
But that could be because it's time to go home too, and not your fault, right?
Yeah, sometimes it also happens like just randomly. You think like, oh yeah, this track always works and something. And then you play it this time, and it's like, oh, okay, that was different now from what I expected. So, however you are planning out a set, you're always doing something on the fly, and the more comfortable you are, the better you know your tracks. That's always the level you fall back into.
How well do you know all your tracks?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's especially when you always want to be fresh and want to create new stuff. You know, it's I think for me it comes down to like really putting the tracks, like really listening closely to all the tracks that I'm selecting, and then putting them in different folders where I think that makes a lot of sense to whatever happens on the dance floor right now. So when I think like I need some shakers, you know, I need some, then I know, all right, this is the playlist that I'm gonna play. I need a track from this, and I know all of these tracks in that playlist have kind of this element to it.
Okay, and like something like a vocal folder or something.
Yeah, like
and
sweet vocal. I have, you know,
chilled,
that's called like this.
You know.
Yeah, that's of course, also that, and you know, sometimes you just need something cool and groovy, you know, so you go in there.
Darker.
Exactly, like dark progressive, like all of this,
Yeah, sure.
So you know,
but
that gives a lot more.
I think from my limited experience of these things,
Yeah,
it's a bit of a struggle to get them on the fly, right? Suddenly, if you're 1 minute into a song that's not working and trying to figure out what the next track's going to be, that happens very quickly, right?
Yeah,
it's not a lot of time to do that.
Yeah, it's practice and listening to so many tracks, you know, and just always keep on.
Do you think you'd know every single track you put on?
No. Sometimes I know, like at the point when I got the track, I always always edit my tracks. I always have like different cue points in the track, so I know that I know the track, but I don't know exactly which one it is. So I listen back before I play it. It's like, oh yeah, okay, it was this one. All right, okay, and then I can play it.
Right, and if this part's not working, you just hot cue it to the next part.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'll have to do that myself.
Yeah,
hot tips.
Yeah, that works. That works.
On Trance Mondays, but we are here talking about trance.
Trance.
So let's start off with the track. What are we looking at?
Today I brought, because I felt like, you know, it's Trance Monday and people might know all the like trance classics. So I brought 2 tracks that are very common, that everybody kind of knows. It's Carte Blanche from Veracocha, and everybody kind of knows this track here. Do we have the sound also here? So for this one?
Well, it's on here, but it's better to be on Twitch because you get the whole whole thing. If you're on the Instagram live feed, the music's more audible. It's better on Twitch.
Yeah.
So you should go to Twitch, the Beat Radio Bali.
So I just want to zap into the breakdown here.
All right.
We do know this track from
ready?
This point here, yeah. Right? This is just such a magnifying lead melody. You know, everybody knows it, and it's been remade into so many different versions. And I brought 2 versions. Just want to hear the drop one more time. Beautiful trance track, amazing. Very old school.
How old is it?
I don't know actually. I don't know, but like, I think
20 years ago.
It was like, well, what does it say? Like, I think it was like, almost,
So Trance 1000.
I was very young, very young before I listened to it. And I want to play you a remix of it. Right. This track is in 140 BPM. And, you know, that's also one of the reasons why I say trance is not a BPM, trance is a feeling. You don't hear that it has 140 beats per minute. But when you tell people, they're like, what? Like, you can't do this. But it's necessary in order to take you on this journey.
So there are some trance tracks that are 120, right?
This remix right here, is from Coma, and it's at 128 BPM. It's a lot more party-ish, I would say, you know. Coma is like, known to make more of the EDM-ish kind of thing to it, but still very trancey. So,
whereas the other one's kind of a bit too
Yeah, the other one is
tense?
just pure trance. It's just the trance how we know it, you know.
Right. But you're not supposed to dance to that particular.
Of course, you can dance to all of this.
Wild.
You can dance to all of this. Like,
Yeah.
but you know, it's just the modern day dance is just maybe a little bit more 128 BPM.
A bit more laid back.
Yeah. So
Alright.
this is the.
So
It's the
that's,
same. It's the same kind of, but it has a little bit more energy to it, and this is kind of like the leading phase where it goes into, and then kick drum drops in right here.
Yeah, well, we got the point of that one.
All right, right.
Yes, and there's a third. There's a third remix.
And there's a third one.
Yeah.
And this one I brought you because this is kind of like the style of music that I'm about, or that I am, forging right now.
What do you mean?
Like my own style?
Producing?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
you're playing?
Yeah, like this is like a progressive trancey remix. Elan Bluestone is, known for his like more progressive trancey element to it. And it's also my favorite remix of this track. He's amazing with remixing classics. Like it's such a hard thing to do, remixing classics. Nobody really wants to do it, and he's just doing it. I'm gonna show you another one after.
How old is this one, right?
This one is from this year. It's quite new, yeah. The other one is also quite new, the Coma one. So I'll skip to the breakdown again.
Yeah, it's a lot more complex. Right? The same melody, but the original one, which is Armin van Buuren,
Yeah.
is it?
No, the original one is Veracocha.
Okay, but that's just piano. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it's synth, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I love about Elan Bluestone is this massive lead pad and these chords, they're like massively expanded. It's incredible. You always know at the drop there is like something bang coming.
So when you're playing these tracks, right? Do you play these tracks track? Did you play that track out?
No.
No.
I haven't played this track. I haven't played this track.
Is there a reason why?
Well, the reason is
No one's into
it's hard.
trance.
It's hard to play trance right now, but I am going to play
you must
trance
be tempted to
very
just-
soon. Of course,
Just
so
drop
tempted.
one in.
So tempted. I do sometimes when I'm the headliner, when I have the night for myself and I have the people, I do it.
Sure.
100%.
And how does
Especially
that go
one of these. By the way, if guys watch right now and you want to hear that in the club, let me know here on Bali, please. Tell me, because I heard a couple times like people love this old school stuff, the old school trance, and everybody knows this. And I think a lot of Indonesian people also really love trance.
Yeah.
A lot of
The
like
old DJ cafe and
exactly.
places. Pyramid used to play
Pyramid,
quite a lot
yeah.
of trance, and Double Six was famous for more psytrance.
Oh, they
And,
had like Tiesto there with like 5,000 people or
that's
something. They had,
right.
like,
Well,
massive events.
3,000 maybe, but yeah,
3,000.
maybe 5, maybe 10.
Let 'em,
I do remember walking from one end to the other, from the back wall on the other side. There's normally never really anybody there, and walking all the way to the bar on the other side of the complex, and it was packed the whole way.
Holy cow.
So there was no gap, which is pretty cool. That was a big night in the old Bungee Double Six.
And he might have played this one too, which is System F, Out of the Blue.
Right.
Out of the Blue is System F is Ferry Corsten basically, just a different alias. And this track is also like a very, very famous oldie. You know this one here.
With that dog.
You know this one, right?
Yeah,
of course
you know. They're all. I hate to say it, but they do all sound very similar too. and I often do feel sometimes with the trance, it's a great aerobic kind of exercise.
Yeah,
music, right?
yeah. Hey, it's the best music to work out, I think. Like, I can run for an hour straight with this music, you know. Obviously, also a very fast track.
Yeah.
135, 140 maybe. I'm not quite sure. I think more like 140.
Anyway, before we go on to the next one, let's talk about other things. Have you been DJing lately?
I was in. I was playing again this week. First 2 shows again.
After how long? After 6 weeks?
Yeah, like.
How long is it?
It's hard. It's hard right now, you know, because like it's not that allowed and stuff, you know. So like, but the one show that was actually like you know, very allowed, so to say. It's a weird thing right now to talk about all this. Was yesterday. Yesterday was really fun.
That's LV8, right?
LV8, right? Yeah.
They've been getting away with it, but it seems like the beach clubs do get away with it until
I think until 9 o'clock it's fine, and then like everything else afterwards is kind of a problem.
Yeah.
So
well, it's good to see that She reopened last weekend as well, but I'm not exactly sure what sort of time they're open. I kept on asking, and they said that you're 9 o'clock close. Yeah, you close at 9 o'clock. So that was the word. I'm not sure what was really happening, because it was already after 9 o'clock. So anyway, it's probably open till 3 o'clock in the morning. Who the hell knows? But yeah, as we were saying before, it's getting to the point this time around with this sort of lockdown curfew. I can't even be bothered going out. You know, it's like, bleh, just feel like a big blob.
And a lot of people left the island. You know,
no tourists.
Yeah, like nobody can come onto the island right now.
Yeah,
it's just absolutely closed. So that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah,
but time will pass by as well. So you know, just prepare for better days.
Well, last Friday we had the most amazing DJ ST at and Roger on the deck at Casera, which is a Beat Radio Bali event every Friday. Get down to Casera, DJ ST, that's me.
Yeah,
or ST as they say. That's every Friday. That's always a good one. That's going till 9 o'clock. Maybe tonight we find out the PPKM is actually finished. That could be good, because on Monday nights they announce if it's going to be extended or not. That's probably around 8 o'clock, 8:30. So we'll see what's happening. Maybe we'll be live when we find out. But
it's the same thing every week. You know, you're sitting there and hoping for something, you know, and it's just not gonna happen.
Well, the numbers are down.
That's been for 2 months now.
No, but the numbers are down from last week and the week before, so it's heading in the right direction. Maybe they decide, well, okay, we're heading to the right place, so let's just open up.
I'd be happy about it.
Even
because then we can finally do a really nice trance event in one of my favorite clubs. There's something planned. Yeah,
it's on the brew.
Yeah, it is.
Where's that going to be?
So
sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, for now, like I can. What I can say is we're gonna do an amazing trance event. I'm gonna bring someone over from Jakarta, most likely. Famous trance DJ from there. And
any name in particular? Or?
No, we don't know yet. Nothing is like completely safe yet. So let's see. But it's definitely gonna happen. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Well, there's another big gig going to be happening once it all opens up, and I believe it's going to be October 1st. Which isn't that far away now, because we're just in September.
It isn't. Yeah.
That's the Rose, and they're going to be doing an event. I think it's outdoor. I can't say exactly where, but we've been promoting it on the Beat Instagram. So that's going to be coming up.
Maybe the Rose. Where was that?
Well, the Rose. They recently had an event with just before the PPKM the Bobby Sruwadi from Stadium at
got
Opera.
It. Okay, yeah.
That was Mikhail and the Rose. Anyway, they're doing their second anniversary on October 1st. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can get a trance gig down there.
Interesting.
That could be cool.
Wow, what a coincidence of these two overlap. No.
Well, they could be overlapping together.
Yeah.
You never know. It's always good to work together, right?
No, because I kind of talk to the same team.
Okay.
Not the Rose, but
All right. No, they're not doing it there. No, they're not going to be doing it in the same place. Anyway,
next one.
Yeah.
So another Elan Bluestone remix from Out of the Blue. The one we heard before. This one again. Come on. Is it gonna work? Is it running right now?
Let's get some juice.
This one here. Right, Out of the Blue radio edit, and now we're jumping into the Elan Bluestone one. Right. Lead melody right here.
What kind of trance is this called, generally?
I mean, it's a remade classic in his typical
classic trance, is it?
I would say it's classic trance, yeah. I mean, it's trance.
And
it's not that hard to divide between like melodic techno and peak time techno or something.
Is there any kind of new trance around?
I mean, trance is always new. Trance is always updating. This is like, for example, one of the reasons why I'm showing this this remix, because you can have this beautiful older track while still making it to a very fresh new remix.
Right.
And
but it still sounds like trance. I just wonder, there's
I think where you're going.
That style of like house and hip hop sort of joined together.
Yeah.
That seems to be doing the rounds a lot at the moment. Just that kind of difference,
This one has a bit more pump.
Who's this one from?
This is Elan Bluestone remix. Okay. Just the same one that I showed before.
Elan Bluestone.
Elan Bluestone, yeah.
English.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he's one of the dudes from Above and Beyond stable, right?
Exactly, yeah. That kind of style. Yeah, that kind of style. Exactly. That's one of my favorite styles. I love these moments where it's just like, you just take off. Just like
soar into the heavens.
I love that, yeah. A higher vibe. Somebody seems to like it.
Here we go.
But talking about different styles, I also have. I brought a couple of tracks. It's always hard to just find a couple of 3 tracks or something.
No, but it's a good angle that we're looking into remixes of old tracks.
For example, I posted today. Artbad has a new single which is called Flame, and I was listening to this track. Artbad is like known for the melodic techno thing. Artbad, Camel Fat, probably the biggest names in this kind of genre. Artband more melodic techno, a little bit epic techno. And I was listening to it, and I was like, this reminds me of something. It reminds me of a track that came out, I think 2011, from Shogun, Skyfire, and it's a trance track, but the lead chords in the track from him are very similar to the trance track, and a lot of this Artbad stuff has like very trancey elements to it. So
but it's actually what
it's labeled melodic techno.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah,
you
a lot of
notice that,
melodic
you notice
techno.
actually, a lot of this melodic techno, well, probably more melodic techno than melodic house, seems to be sort of pushing towards
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
trance.
A lot of like trance elements are very common. You know, the more you know about music, the more you can find it at some parts. You know, this new kind of new genre of music, which is called future rave, made by David Guetta and Morton, one of his buddies. They started with it, and it has a lot of transient elements in it.
Old trance kind of.
Yeah, like
and
no, kind of new, progressive, transy stuff, you know. But yeah, just
but it
old
also
trance
has-
is new trance, but just with better synthesizers, you know, and better effects, and just all this kind of stuff.
but then probably a bit slower, you know.
Yeah,
I think the fast paced trance is more difficult to sell to a crowd, you know, that's in a club, say around here, a normal club. It gets too fast.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
It's tough to just switch from 122 BPM to 138 because everybody will realize it. And before the people get in the mood of realizing that it's not the kick they dance to, but it's more the overall vibe, that takes time, you know. So I always say, like, you know, you need at least like 30 minutes or something to convince someone, to get someone at first in the mood into trance in the very first moment, because otherwise it's you know, they might say like, oh, it's too fast, you know?
Can also build up to that point, so it's going up and down.
Yep.
The journey is going up and down.
You can. It's
not going to be going like this.
Yeah, it's a big it's a challenge, but it's definitely possible. Yeah.
Or are there clubs that just go one speed, like 140, bomb, and don't slow down?
Wow. Let's wait for the trance events. That's what we're gonna do then.
Is that what happens? Yeah.
Well, let's see. I mean, I love uplifting trance. You know, one of the other tracks I brought is also "Carry You Home" from Andrew Ayel, 138 BPM, uplifting trance. Amazing.
We've got that one on there, haven't we? Or not?
Yeah, we got that one right there.
Okay.
This is the last one. We got right there.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, it's already...
Yes. It's already playing.
Moving along. But we can start about here, I reckon. Why not? About 1 minute in?
Yeah. How much you want to play?
Yeah, let's play a bit of it.
All right.
Okay, so this is Andrew
Ayel, yeah. Very known. We just skip a little bit. We go to the vocals, because the vocals are very important. We skip to the breakdown.
Whoa.
Alright, we leave it. Yeah, and it's a super euphoric, uplifting Ashley Wallbridge remix that I love so much. It's just, takes you to a different dimension, as one of my buddies would say.
Through the coldest nights, I'll hold you close. Through your darkest hours, I'll light
Can you sing
up
along
the
or not?
road. And if you
When I'm on my scooter, man, the whole time.
Oh, you should get the microphone to sing along, right?
anywhere that you may roam, and when you just can't carry on, I'll carry you home.
Oh, yeah.
It only goes up.
And if you call, I will run to you. Anywhere that you may roam, and when you just can't carry on, I'll carry you home.
we're still here. I'm with
How
Robin.
can you not have a wonderful feeling when you hear this music? Like it's, you know.
I used to be
it's
big on trance.
wonderful.
I used to be big on trance, to be totally honest. I used to really love it, but I don't listen to it at home, put it that way. I used to sort of drive around in the car, you know, sometimes they're playing, and that was kind of uplifting when you're in the car.
I think also a big reason why I love trance so much is because I was listening to A State of Trance since I first heard about it, and Armin is doing such a wonderful job of introducing you into all the different genres of trance, and takes you every week on this journey through, right now, even slight parts of melodic techno that I start to play in the clubs here.
Right.
So it's transy melodic techno into trance, more like a positive 130 BPM trance, progressive trance, and a little bit of uplifting. Sometimes Balearic trance, which is like the beach vibe.
So this whole EDM
amazing
trance has come to an end then? The sort of noisy slot machine music?
What is that?
Ding, 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 ding.
No, I don't. You might got to show me a track that you mean by that.
I can't. No, I don't have any. But when you go down to a place like Sky Garden or something where they play this kind of EDM
you mean
stuff.
Yeah? I mean, I wouldn't say
Which-
EDM is trance.
No, but it came from trance.
Yeah.
Well, big chunks of it came.
Yeah,
from trance,
like
you know.
that's what I say. You know, all these like massive lead chords. That's all just
build-ups
mess.
and,
Yeah, that's
you
all a transy thing. You know.
Yeah, sure. But the
Melodic
trouble is they
techno
do it.
have build-ups and stuff, and that came from trance.
Absolutely.
right?
And the trouble with EDM is that they have those build-ups every minute. You know, so it's not like you never know if you're going forward or backwards or up or down.
It helps people to DJ. It makes it easier for DJs sometimes because you can switch faster and keep the people more engaged. And trance, you really need to know what kind of tracks you play, because basically you have to play minimum 4 or 5 minutes of the track, because you can't split it. You know, you can't stop halfway and the roller coaster. It's not possible.
Unless you go dig boom, change.
Yeah.
I
Or
guess.
mashups, like great mashups. That's why you see like major trance DJs like Armin making mashups over mashups with all the tracks.
What I mean about EDM and trance is like Armin van Buuren and Dash Berlin and all that kind of moved into this EDM sort of loud
that's
sort
true,
of
yeah.
sound
That's true.
back 5 years ago, 6,
That's true,
maybe
yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
But they've all come back to this pure trance, right?
I hope so, yeah.
Have they,
I mean,
or-
in the end, yeah.
Well,
I
you're
mean,
the one watching the show. Actually,
Yeah.
we do have a number of shows on after this particular segment from Above and Beyond, and who else is there? There's Paul Van Dyke, and there's the Thrill Seekers, if you know them.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But I haven't actually had Armin on the show on the radio recently. I should get him back on if he's the god that you're saying he is.
Yeah, I just really like him. You know, a lot of people, dislike what he's doing right now because he's doing so much different kinds of music and very commercial. But come on, let this guy, like he's still
do
doing
his
the
thing,
trance
right?
as well, and he's at a point he still does the radio show. I think it's fine. Like if he wants to try out different styles of music, it's.
Are those shows, do you think, like the
I think
Above
it's
and
okay.
Beyond group therapy show
Yeah.
and the Armin show are very different?
Because
Because they come out every week, right?
Yeah, group therapy is something, for example, like when I really want to find tracks that I can also play in a club, I listen closely to all the group therapy stuff. I listen to group therapy every week anyways. I also listen to obviously to A State of Trance. But group therapy is way easier to convert it into club music here on Bali.
Sure.
A lot of it is also, stuff
Deep-
that I would play in the
Deep
sunset.
house and
Like a lot of Anjuna Deep, is
that's right.
above and beyond. So this is more like a sunset vibe, also possible.
Yeah,
And
it's like there's two different worlds with Above and Beyond there.
Yeah.
They're this trance outfit and also deep house kind of house.
they
type
had a
thing.
radio show like almost 600 episodes, which was called Trance Around the World.
Above and Beyond?
Yeah.
Oh,
They had a radio show which was called Trance Around the
a
World.
while ago?
Yeah,
going.
now Group Therapy is at 450 episodes before that.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they stopped it, and they wanted to have a little bit of a different outfit and go a little bit more into this,
Deep sound.
and Juna Deep kind of soundy thing, while still making what you say like cry trance themselves, you know.
Cry trance?
Yeah, they call it
Sort of
cry trance.
Get a tear in your eye kind of trance.
There are statistics. You have more tears dropping on a Above and Beyond concert than on a fully sold out Drake concert. Like way more.
Oh,
like
right.
10, 20 times or something.
They
Because
do.
it's just
they do get
feeling.
engaged. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
The Above and Beyond crowd,
It's amazing.
fans,
It's amazing.
they
There's
love
so
them,
many
right?
great-
They've
yeah.
got an amazing setup, haven't they? Above and Beyond, how they just do that stuff, and like also the
Yeah.
McGuinness, Tony McGuinness, how he does those videos, the 6-hour sets and stuff on YouTube, and he obviously just really.
Oh,
loves,
Tony McGuinness, yeah.
Really
he does
loves
all
the
the deep shit.
music,
Yeah.
right?
He loves it. Yeah, that's
so
true.
That's a good thing to be able to be successful in something you really love doing,
Yeah,
which we all hope for ourselves, and I'm sure you do too.
exactly.
Trance Mondays.
yeah.
Speaking of which, we've got some. Well, we've already got Above and Beyond, and we've got you, one or the other, on next. So you've got about 5 seconds to decide. We're just going to eat some papaya.
Well, why not? We can play a little bit.
Do you remember the place in the cold November rain? You showed me the way. Oh, when we were young. Now I'm back at your door, setting fires and chasing flames. We've been here before. Oh, when we were young.
When we were young, we were reckless, we were free. When we were young, no, all we have is broken dreams. When we were young. sight of those words you said to me. Maybe this time we'll break free. I can feel gravity as I rise up to my feet. Now there's a symphony playing in time with me. I can feel gravity, gravity. Still burning secrets inside of my head, unwritten words that I can't forget. I can see clear, I can see through. Maybe this time I'll rise with you. I can feel gravity as I rise up to my feet. Now there's a symphony playing in time with me. I can feel gravity,
running from my brother and his friends. And tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart and broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home.